My name's Sophie. I'm 12 years old and I have a massive dream to play for the Matildas. Well, I did anyway. So for me, the 2023 World Cup was great, but that's not when I started loving soccer. I've loved soccer from way back, and most of my family's into soccer, and so it runs in my blood. The 2023 World Cup was awesome, but it got ruined by an unwanted kiss from a male Spanish coach to a female Spanish player. This is not okay, and constant disrespect towards women's soccer is still happening today. This is jeopardising our relationship with soccer and girls participating in soccer from grassroots and further on. I feel like the root cause of this is society's lack of acknowledgement and disregard towards women's soccer. I feel like that the A-League can play a big part in providing a solution to this by giving girls an influence to play soccer. Soccer is everything to me. It's literally my only go-to when I have a bad day or something's bothering me. When I play, I forget all about those things that make me upset and I just focus on what's happening now. If these small but memorable moments stop and become non-existent and no connections are made, it will really impact girls' relationship with soccer and will impact whether they keep playing. Just the ball tapping from one foot to the other at a positive training session after a hard day at school makes a positive memory. And if we have those positive memories, it helps girls to persist and make a difference. But when this doesn't happen, when there is no fun, when it becomes too serious too quickly, when there are no options to have fun at all, life sucks. This all contributes to the careers of girls and puts our legacy at stake. When girls have no real national league to aim for and no local-based goals, it disconnects them from Australian soccer. It shuts down any ideas of them playing at a professional level and blocks them from seeing any possible futures. I want others to feel what I feel, that belonging and that love for the game. But this is hard to do when we are constantly faced with challenges. Women for centuries have been continuously playing at a high level while struggling part-time jobs and being faced with the same challenges. But this is specifically happening at junior levels, and junior girls are experiencing it the worst. My experience is there are no referees at our games, but the boys get referees at their games. We have to play on the crappy pitches with the puddles and the goals that are almost fallen apart, but the boys get to play in the main pitches. We have the club rooms with the smell and the dirt on the floors, and that's even if we get a club room, but the boys are always in the fancy club rooms with the chairs and the toilets. We're just sitting in the background, not being acknowledged. Not necessarily ignored, we're just never noticed. Though I have to admit that these things have rarely occurred to me since I joined my new club, North Geelong Warriors, who are committed to providing equal opportunities for both males and females. But this isn't the case for most experiences. If these things are improved, though it may seem small, add up to make a huge difference that impacts us positively if we receive equity. Now let me take you back to the World Cup. 11.1 million people in Australia tuned in to watch one game, the Matildas versus England. That's almost half our population. It broke records, but I wasn't even in Australia at the time and I felt the buzz of it all. I was at my grandparents' house in England, just as excited as anyone in Australia. I got my family involved. Before me talking today, I'm sure you would have heard of the Matildas and their World Cup success. But if I mentioned the A-League or any A-League teams, you probably wouldn't know much at all. And that's not your fault, but it just goes to show how hidden the Women's A-League really is. But what do? We will never have another 2023 Women's World Cup. We can't rely on these big things in these worldwide tournaments to get girls interested. It has to come in small packages and from where it impacts the legacy the most: schools, junior girls clubs, and the mini-roos. Well, what am I doing? I do as much as I can to support the A-League by watching games and buying my team's merchandise. I've also paraded around the soccer pitch before an A-League Grand Final, alongside my fellow teammates. There were at least 300 of us, 20 female representatives from each club, all coming together to support women's soccer. I also advocate in schools by simply playing soccer and encouraging the other few girls' teams around me. So, just go support your local soccer club, because we need women's soccer to uphold this wonderful legacy our present Matildas are setting. And to continue this, is supporting where it all starts and the starting point of many future soccer success careers. Schools, junior girls clubs, and the mini-roos. We can't gender stereotype, abuse or exclude girls because this is threatening their future careers in soccer. We need to call out this behaviour because it's outright wrong, and we need to go watch A-League games and support these female soccer players. So, go get involved and be part of something great. We have 7 years to the next Olympics, and the Asian Cup is just around the corner next year in April, which will both be hosted here in Australia. Let's show the world an outstanding number of viewers, supporters and players in soccer, because we want everyone to feel these benefits. Nothing happens till we all take action. Please encourage young girls around you to play soccer, because there are so many clubs, teams and levels to play at, you will find your fit. To the girls right now in soccer, though you may seem alone, you're not alone. And though it may seem like no one cares, I care. That's why I'm standing up here right now, advocating for fairness and equality in soccer. What I'm saying to you is to advocate for yourself. Expect better things and higher standards. Expect fairness and equality. You shouldn't just expect it though, you should demand it. It will get better if we all take action, trust me. My last statement to leave with you tonight is that when I was creating this talk, I realised that promoting the A-League and making it better for future generations meant more to me than ever playing for the Matildas. Thank you.